Naomi sidelined from WWE after shocking backstage incident with Triple H. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we've got some truly surprising and heartwarming news from the WWE Universe. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today's story is one of the most shocking and dramatic developments in recent WWE history. Fans everywhere have been buzzing non-stop about the breaking news that Naomi, one of WWE's most beloved and athletic superstars, has been sidelined indefinitely after a jaw-dropping backstage altercation with none other than WWE's Chief Content Officer, Triple H. Yes, you heard that right. Naomi is no longer competing, and her absence isn't due to injury, creative plans, or simple time off. It all stemmed from a shocking confrontation that left the WWE Universe speechless. What exactly happened between Naomi and Triple H? How did things spiral so out of control backstage? And what does this mean for Naomi's future in WWE? Today, we'll break down everything that went down, the real reasons behind the drama, the reaction inside the locker room, and how this entire scandal could change Naomi's career forever. So sit tight, because this is going to be an emotional roller coaster. To truly understand the gravity of this situation, we first need to look at where Naomi stood in WWE leading up to this incident. Naomi, real name Trinity Fatu, has been one of WWE's most talented and charismatic performers for over a decade. Known for her athleticism, her glow-inspired entrance, and her deep connection with the fans, Naomi has always been someone who brought energy and passion to the WWE Women's division. In recent months, Naomi had been riding a huge wave of momentum. After returning from her stint outside of WWE, she was finally starting to gain traction again. Storylines were brewing, rivalries were heating up, and many fans believed WWE was preparing to push Naomi into the main event spotlight. Her presence was refreshing, especially as the women's division continues to evolve with new stars like Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill, and established names like Becky Lynch and Bayley. For the first time in years, Naomi was right back in the conversation for potential championship opportunities. But as we've now learned, things weren't as perfect behind the scenes. Sources backstage began to reveal that Naomi wasn't entirely happy with how things were being handled creatively. Despite her undeniable popularity and unique talent, Naomi allegedly felt that WWE still wasn't giving her the respect opportunity she deserved. Reports suggested that Naomi had been vocal in meetings, expressing frustration with constantly being overlooked in favor of newer stars or those already established at the top. She wanted to be taken seriously as a main event talent, not just someone used to fill out the roster. This growing tension reportedly put her on a collision course with WWE leadership, and unfortunately, that tension would eventually explode in a way no one could have predicted. Now, here's where things get shocking. According to multiple sources close to the situation, the breaking point came during a backstage meeting at WWE Raw. Triple H, who has taken over creative direction of the company, was holding discussions with several top superstars about future storylines. Naomi was reportedly one of the talent scheduled to speak with him that night. What started as a simple creative discussion allegedly spiraled into a heated argument. Naomi was said to be extremely frustrated about her placement on the card and the lack of significant storyline investment in her character. She reportedly told Triple H that she deserved better, but the fans wanted more of her, and that she had proven herself time and time again. Witnesses claimed that Triple H tried to calm her down and explain the long-term creative plans, but Naomi wasn't having it. The two exchanged words, and the atmosphere grew more and more hostile. Then, according to reports, Naomi did something shocking. She stormed out of the meeting, visibly upset, and at one point shoved a production table in frustration. While there are conflicting accounts, several insiders insist that Naomi even directed heated words at Triple H himself, calling him out in front of others and accusing him of deliberately holding her back. This was no longer just a professional disagreement. This had become a full-blown backstage altercation. The aftermath was immediate. Security and producers quickly stepped in to de-escalate the situation. Triple H, being the professional he is, reportedly did not engage further, but the damage had already been done. Word spread like wildfire throughout the locker room. By the end of the night, nearly everyone knew what had gone down. The result? Naomi was sidelined from WWE programming effective immediately. Fans noticed right away. Naomi was scheduled for an advertised appearance later in the night, but she was mysteriously pulled from the show. Instead, commentary gave no explanation, and her segment was quietly scrapped. This led to immediate speculation online, with fans flooding social media asking, "Where's Naomi?" By the next morning, the reports started leaking. Naomi had clashed with Triple H backstage, and the situation was so tense that WWE had no choice but to take her off television. Inside the WWE locker room, reactions were mixed. Some superstars reportedly sympathized with Naomi, agreeing that she has been overlooked for far too long. They felt her frustrations were justified, even if the way she handled the situation wasn't. Others, however, believed Naomi crossed the line. Triple H is not just any authority figure. He's the man running the entire creative process, and publicly disrespecting him could have serious consequences. This has created somewhat of a divide, with some stars privately supporting Naomi's stand, while others fear her actions may have damaged her career beyond repair. At the time of this video, WWE has yet to release an official statement on Naomi's status. However, sources indicate that she has been sidelined indefinitely while the situation is being evaluated. Some insiders believe this could lead to a suspension, while others fear WWE might even consider releasing her if things don't cool down. On the other hand, WWE also knows how valuable Naomi is as a performer and how passionate her fan base is, which makes this a very complicated decision for management. So, what happens next? This is the million-dollar question. Naomi's WWE future is now hanging in the balance. Will WWE decide to bring her back after tensions cool down? Or has this confrontation permanently damaged her relationship with management? If Naomi remains sidelined for too long, it could derail all the momentum she worked so hard to rebuild. But if WWE chooses to punish her harshly, they risk alienating fans who have been begging for Naomi to get the spotlight she deserves. There's also the question of Naomi's own mindset. After this incident, will she even want to continue with WWE? Or could she consider walking away entirely, possibly exploring opportunities elsewhere, like AEW or even a return to TNA where she previously competed as Trinity? Only time will tell. Unsurprisingly, the WWE Universe has exploded with reactions to this story. Social media is filled with fans expressing both shock and support for Naomi. Hashtags like #WillWantNaomi and #JusticeForNaomi have been trending, with thousands of fans demanding WWE give her the respect she deserves. Some fans have even criticized WWE, accusing them of mishandling